in the NLCS. And we got Von Wagner on TV tonight. We are live, man! What a night, man! What a night! I'm feeling good. Thanks to my boy Freddie Freeman. Carmelo Hayes is the new NXT North American champion. I don't know why. I don't know why right now. I don't know why tonight. And I don't know why WWE changes the rules on the fly. When I know the last time we saw these same exact rules, they weren't the way that they were tonight. And WWE is preparing us for a scary edition of NXT. And I mean that in the most creative way possible. Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction may be the new undisputed era of Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard's NXT. Guys, we're going to go over it all tonight and break this thing down and talk about the NLCS. Who do we want? The Dodgers or the Giants? You know who's the giant? Me in this community, on this platform. This is Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your NXT 2.0 post show for October 12th, 2021. I am your host, JD from New York, and this is the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me right here on the podcast. We have a lot to get into today, man, and we're going to talk about it right at the top. Carmelo Hayes. He's the new North American champion. He defeated Isaiah Swerve Scott to become the new North American champion after Scott had successfully defended his title against Santos Escobar of Legado del Fantasma. You know, I don't know how many people in the community who do what I do are going to mention this and find it to be absolutely fucking ridiculous. But this is the exact reason why I'm not on board with Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard running the show. Because now you're insulting my intelligence, someone who's watched NXT every single week since its inception. Now you're pretty much calling us a bunch of fools. WWE had a breakout tournament 2 years ago. This is the second time around that they're doing a breakout tournament, and the second time that a winner was crowned to get an opportunity at any title that he so chooses to go after on the NXT brand. We had ACH. We had ACH. What was his name? Jordan Miles, I believe, in WWE. Didn't he win the breakout tournament? He won the breakout tournament the first time around. I believe he got a championship opportunity. I believe it was against Adam Cole, baby. Great match. But the thing is, the breakout tournament and the contract that the individual wins should be for a NXT World Championship. They did not go about it any other way. Now, I believe even 2 years ago, it was for any title that he so chooses. I don't know why you wouldn't go right for the top. I don't know why you wouldn't go for the NXT World Championship. I don't know why you would go for the North American Championship. How many opportunities are you going to have at the NXT World Championship? I get that this is a scripted program. I get that Ciampa is not really in a position to go one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes and vice versa. They got Ciampa and Rex Steiner coming up in a couple of weeks, and you got a whole different story happening there with Steiner probably taking the championship off of Tommaso Ciampa. But the thing is, and this is what I touched upon just seconds ago, I'm not sure who's going to really mention this in the community, and this is what really grinds my gears and insults my intelligence watching NXT. Under no circumstances were we told that the contract that Carmelo Hayes had operated like a money-in-the-bank contract. Maybe Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard didn't get the memo. This is clear as day that they didn't watch a fucking lick of NXT, let alone 2 years ago. They haven't watched fucking NXT since the day it was born. Under no circumstances were we told that the contract should be used and will be used as a money-in-the-bank contract. But that's exactly what Carmelo Hayes did tonight. Now, I don't know if you guys give a shit. I don't know if you care. I don't know if you really mind. Don't mind. I don't know. I don't know. But what I find troubling is WWE refuses to tell their audience about what the fuck is going on. And I don't really appreciate it. So not only do we got this geek, Carmelo Hayes, not going after the World Championship, he looks like a loser, number one, and then WWE makes us look like losers for actually giving a shit, and then they don't want to fill us in on all the details about what the contract is supposed to be. I don't know why we need Carmelo Hayes as the North American champion. I don't know why we need Hit Row on SmackDown. They're not ready. I'll say it over and over and over again, even though they are attempting to protect Swerve in any way possible by giving him a win and then taking the win away. 50-50 booking is what it ends up resulting in at the end of the day, which I'm sure he will become quite accustomed to on Friday nights. They're not ready. But I don't understand why Carmelo Hayes needs to win the North American Championship right now. How old is he? 23 years old? How exactly are you going to get the North American Championship to be where it needs to be after you fucked it over on Swerve by not having him defend the title for what, 4 months? When was the last time he defended that title before tonight? How is the title going to look any better on a 23-year-old who hasn't proven shit in NXT? Instead of putting it on Santos Escobar. I don't really see who is okay with this decision. And this is what really upsets me about watching this fucking show. And this is what really makes me laugh when people say that Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard aren't running the show there. Why did Carmelo Hayes need to win the title tonight? if it's my understanding watching this shit, it's the same thing as the Money in the Bank. He couldn't wait another few months to do it. Couldn't wait another few months to do it, right? Why did he need to do it tonight? Santos Escobar hasn't worked his fucking ass off to get a North American Championship after you took it away from him because you pulled Bronson Reed from the fucking brand to have him work dark matches, ultimately to fire him and fucking up that feud. Then you put it on Swerve in a last-minute decision, and he doesn't do shit with it, taking it away from fucking Escobar again, only for him to wrestle for it and lose and then drop it to Carmelo Hayes. It's a great way to go about things, Bruce. This is not Monday Night Raw. This is not Friday Night SmackDown. This is the one show that we were able to escape to and have things make sense. This was the brand that you and I could escape to watch guys get an opportunity and win championships based off of hard work and putting the work in. As far as I'm concerned, none of that happened here tonight. Hit Row's getting called up for doing what exactly? I have no fucking idea. Carmelo Hayes won the North American Championship. For what? I have no fucking idea. All I know and all I'm looking at is Santos Escobar getting fucked over. That's all I see. What, is the experiment with Legado del Fantasma now over? Is this yet another Triple H idea that is going in the trash bin, Vince, Bruce, Johnny, Ace, Kevin Dunn, Nick Conman, huh? Another Triple H idea set to be fucking buried. It's great. Santos Escobar hasn't even received a fucking opportunity to be given the ball and run with it. Meanwhile, he's one of the best fucking things you got in this entire company. And you won't give him an opportunity to show you exactly what he's made of with a fucking championship title strapped around his waist. Now, but Carmelo Hayes is the right guy for the job, right? He's going to make the title all that prestigious, right? Just like Swerve did it, right? Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing. Him and Trick Williams. Yeah, the North American Championship is in great hands with fucking Carmelo Hayes. He shoots and he misses. Another air ball for fucking Carmelo Hayes. Can't cut a promo. Carmelo Hayes. Great. Great job there. He's lacking the tool to become a real five-tool player. He's not there yet, so why is he a champion? He shoots and he misses. Santos Escobar got fucking shafted. I don't know how you guys think about this, but that's what I visually see here. I don't know what happens to Escobar. You'll probably have some fucking geek in the chat or some idiot online. Well, let it play out. Let it play out. Why are you yelling? I don't understand. Nobody wants to watch someone like you yell. I'm not yelling. If you think this is yelling, then you should watch me during the fucking Braves game tonight. This is nowhere near the level of yelling that I should be doing. But I'm giving you guys an honest, truthful, and blunt opinion on the shit product that is WWE. What happens to Santos Escobar now? Where does he go now? Bronson Reed, fired. North American Championship opportunity, gone. He lost to Swerve, might as well be as good as dead. Oh, but that's right. WWE doesn't want to push the Mexican wrestlers, right? Yeah, that's great. I understand that. Unless you're Rey Mysterio, WWE won't push a Latino wrestler. I mean, look at what happened to Angel Garza. What happened to him? Oh, but he's on the main roster. He's a success story, right? Give me a fucking break. What about Humberto Carrillo? Yeah, right. Sure thing. No, but WWE's calling up Hit Row. For what? Because SmackDown needs Hit Row, right? Oh, yeah, because WWE's so painfully unfucking cool that they're going to try and Get that demographic on Friday night. Shit row. Shit row. It's exactly what they're going to end up being. It's exactly what they're going to end up being on Friday night. I'll give it about 2 months so AJ Francis could get his fucking tweets in there. I told you so. I told you so. But then I'll be sitting here, shit row, shit row. It's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I swear to fucking God. Quote it. Quote it. Clip it. It's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Look at Andrade. What'd they do with Andrade? They didn't do jack shit with Andrade. Fucking gold mine in Andrade. Nothing. But Santos Escobar is going to have he's going to get a call up to the main roster, right? He's going to be fine and good and dandy on NXT, right? Give me a fucking break, man. This is why I get upset. This is why I get upset. WWE doesn't give a shit about talent. They waste guys. Opportunities that are right there should be given. Santos Escobar should be the North American champion. That's the type of guy that you want holding championships, not fucking Carmelo Hayes. Not yet, anyway. Guy's not even out of the incubation process. You're giving him fucking championships in NXT. Do you know who's held that championship before Swerve and Hayes to make it one of the most prestigious titles in WWE? Now it's as good as the 24/7 title. It's exactly what it's going to end up being. Not saying he is not going to eventually get to that level. Not saying he's not a good wrestler. But 23-year-olds should not be holding championships because they haven't proven shit. Meanwhile, Santos Escobar has. And has continued to do so every fucking week. Meanwhile, he's been put on the back burner for several times now because of WWE management's fucking downfalls, yet he's the one reaping the fucking punishment. Shit row. Shit row. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's exactly what they're going to end up being in front of Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon. Listen, you can make fun of, what I say and what I do here all you want, man. I am hardly ever wrong. Hardly ever wrong. I got eyes on this shit like a fucking hawk, man. I know exactly what is going to happen before it happens. I don't agree with the decision made tonight. And then the caveat, WWE's treating it like a Money in the Bank contract. I'm sorry, I failed to read the ruling on that one. That's not the way it happened 2 years ago. Where were you to tell me exactly what was going on with the ruling there? I don't get it. We're all a bunch of fucking fools just watching this shit happen and nobody asks questions. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I wish I had a fucking echo on here, man. I wish I had a reverb on here. I don't. My Rode mix board doesn't have a fucking option yet, man. They got to get with the fucking times over here. I wish I had a reverb so I could really go and really make fun of it the way I want, but all you got is my shitty all natural voice for that. So that's going to be a thing on the podcast for the next coming weeks, because I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen with them. But anyway, I appreciate you guys joining me on the podcast tonight. It is October 12th, 2021. This is Off the Script, NXT 2.0 review. We're going to get into it in just a little bit. Today, sponsored by Honey. Join honey.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys download the free web browser right to your desktop. Free extension. And you guys can save money by using Honey right now. That is joinhoney.com/offthescripts. So make sure you guys go and do that. They are an excellent partner, great friend of the podcast here on Off the Script. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys want to join the channel and become a VIP inside the venue, make sure you guys go and do that. Hit that join button down below, and you guys get access to those beautiful emotes that you see some of the people in the chat right now using. We got some exclusive emotes, and we got them off the script badges next to everybody that is a VIP in the chat next to their name. You guys can show it off and represent your VIP status in the live stream chat. So make sure you guys hit that join button and become a VIP right here on Off the Script. We uploaded I got a little bit of extra for you today, man. We uploaded an extra today, so make sure you guys go and check that out. It is on the homepage right now. Bryan Danielson finally reveals why he was forced to retire from WWE back in 2016, and it is not that far off from what I had originally stated. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Also, we talk about AJ Styles and Omos potentially breaking up, but what WWE did is not break them up, and somebody actually came to Omos's defense and saved him from potential disaster. So WWE not splitting up AJ and Omos. So we talk about that today as well. Big E versus Seth Rollins potentially being planned for after the Survivor Series. And Nick Gage may be back on AEW television. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Off the Script Extra is live on the homepage right now. So when you're done here, you got more Off the Script waiting for you on the channel. Go get your t-shirts. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home of Off the Script. You guys can actually look underneath the video player that you're watching right now, whether you're on Android, iPhone, desktop, iPad, no matter what, man. You're going to see the shirts right underneath the video player. Click it. It'll take you right to the website. Easy as pie, man. Easy as Titus's pie. So make sure you guys go and do that and pick up some great-looking merchandise from Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Off the Script. And if you guys want to hit that thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up. We're at 368 likes on the live stream tonight. Let's try for a modest 700 in the live stream tonight. So hit that thumbs up if you guys have not done so, and we will revisit that a little bit later on in the show. NXT, man. Let me get my notes ready. NXT was built around Swerve and Escobar for the North American Championship. Well, the other big match tonight was Tommaso Ciampa, the NXT heavyweight champion. This was a non-title match against Joe Gacy, and if Gacy beats Tommaso Ciampa, he would be added to the Ciampa and Braun Breaker match at Halloween Havoc for the NXT Championship, but as expected, Ciampa beat Joe Gacy clean. Joe Gacy was even lucky to be in this match to begin with. I'm actually starting to kind of grow into the Joe Gacy character. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it. I do think the Joe Gacy character does. I think it does work to an extent. I do think that it is, I want to say, weird enough and out there enough to really garner attention. I hope WWE knows what they're doing with Joe Gacy. I do eventually want to see him break down into an evil madman of sorts. But I do see a fucking psychopath ready to break out there. But I'm actually starting to enjoy the gimmick little by little. I still don't know what the fucking point of it is and why we need this type of political bullshit on our show. But if WWE keeps it the way that it is right now and doesn't overwhelm us with the message that they're trying to get out there, then I think I could actually grow into liking the gimmick. Now, we all knew he wasn't going to win this match. Ciampa is undoubtedly going to drop that title to Braun Breaker on Halloween Havoc in 2 weeks, which will be the final nail in Triple H's NXT, as Ciampa is the remaining heart and soul of this brand with Goldie. So the match was fine, but it wasn't all that exciting because, again, just like typical WWE this week, it was very predictable. Nobody expected Joe Gacy to beat Tommaso Ciampa. So they're trading strikes back and forth. Gacy gets a near fall, tries to go for a pinfall attempt quick on Tommaso Ciampa. He missed a moonsault. Ciampa looked to end it, but Gacy countered him with a roll-up. He gets a modest 2 count there. Ciampa cut off Gacy. He delivered a fairy tale ending. Ciampa then covers Gacy for a clean pinfall victory. That's pretty much it. There was really nothing that happened in this match that I would absolutely write down on my iPad and say, oh my God, this was a great match. There was really nothing to this match at all. Plus, we had the predictable ending because nobody expected Gacy to beat Ciampa, who is the NXT champion. They're saving that win for Braun Breaker. Nobody's going to beat Ciampa unless it is Mr. Rex Steiner. So Ciampa was attacked by Parker Boudreaux. If you guys remember, Parker Boudreaux signed right out of college, mini Lesnar. But now his name is Holland. Simply Holland. Sounds like something you'd find in the fucking dairy aisle at Stop and Shop. Maybe the name will grow on me. I have no idea. Ciampa was attacked by Holland, who was sitting in the crowd again for a second week in a row. I guess he was watching Joe Gacy, but he decided to take his anger out on Tommaso Ciampa. Gacy was then grabbed by the throat by Holland. But then Gacy, he looks into Harland. This is going to be swell, trying to get this fucking point across. So he comes down from the crowd. He chokes Joe Gacy after attacking Ciampa. And Joe Gacy takes his hand. He's looking right into Harland's eyes. And he takes his hand and he caresses his face with the back of his hand. Harland looking deep into Joe Gacy's eyes. And then all of a sudden, he runs away like a deer in the night, stranded on a highway with nowhere to go. Runs away. Runs away. I don't know what this was about. I don't know what they're doing here with Harland and Joe Gacy. I mean, if you really want Harland to be this fucking quintessential absolute savage, having his face caressed by Joe Gacy, ultimately leading him to running away, scurrying like a fucking pussy, I don't know what that is or what that is going to be for Harland. Now, the crowd, on top of that, was chanting, "Who are you? Who are you?" Nobody knows who this is. We got no video package. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. He's just some random guy sitting in the crowd that's got tattoos, a bald skinhead, and fucking angry-looking emotions emanating from him. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. I would love if somebody really gave us an inside source about what the fuck he's supposed to be and who he is. I don't think having his debut after 2 weeks with the crowd chanting, "Who are you? Who are you?" is a good deal. Especially being that this guy is supposed to be a major player on this new rebrand of NXT. Not really a great start to Parker Boudreaux's NXT 2.0 run. Jesus Christ. Again, I want to like the Joe Gacy character. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know how Harland is going to be inside the square circle. We have no idea what this guy is capable of. We don't know how he works, how he moves, if he's good, if he's not ready, if he's ready. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. For all we know, this guy could be another Omos. But WWE's clearly positioning him in a feud with Joe Gacy. And we don't know what the running away after being caressed means at all. Maybe he is just absolutely sickening to the emotion of another human being. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he's sickened by emotion. Sickened by human emotion. He looks like he's ready to fucking skin your flesh off, man. Harland. And he did lose some weight. He thinned up. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of him before he actually started training at the Performance Center in WWE. He was a bulky guy, man. I mean, the references to Mini Lesnar were there. And he thinned up big time. Cut his hair. Now he's got a skinhead. He's bald. So they're really trying to, it looks like, kind of deviate away from those Lesnar Lesnar-like qualities. So we'll see what happens there with Holland and Joe Gacy. I don't know. This was kind of weird, man, because after all this was finished, Toxic Attraction comes out, and WWE wanted to just rush through this. It leaves absolutely zero time for whatever happened with Holland and Joe Gacy and Tommaso Ciampa. It leaves zero time for the fans to really start pondering what was going on. There's no time to digest anything that happened there. They go from one segment right to Toxic Attraction. And that was on more than one occasion on this show tonight. Again, WWE trying to fill in the most they can in these 2 hours, and it just doesn't feel good. Everything feels unimportant. When you try and jam in literally everything into one 2-hour show, it doesn't feel important by the time you're done watching it. Toxic Attraction comes out, and Mandy Rose is being positioned as the new queen of NXT. Gigi Dolan was on the microphone first, saying they felt very unsatisfied last week because they didn't get their hands on Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. JC Jane said the champ's time was up at Halloween Havoc. Mandy Rose announced that she was challenging Raquel Gonzalez for the Women's Championship at Halloween Havoc. Mandy said no matter her hair color, she was still the baddest bitch in the game. Mandy Rose has decent promo work. But the other two, Gigi Dolan is much better than JC Jane. Why does everything sound so fucking scripted? Even their body languages and their emotions and the way that they speak and the way that they project the words that they're saying, everything sounds fucking rehearsed. There's nothing genuine about their emotions. There's nothing genuine about their body language. And when there's nothing genuine about everything that they are when they're cutting this promo, then whatever they are saying is not going to resonate. That's the way I see it. As far as I'm concerned, JC Jane shouldn't be speaking because she cut a terrible promo. There's nothing relatable there. Nothing. Mandy Rose, believe it or not, was the best one out of the three. And I'm not really saying that because Mandy Rose is not a good promo. She's decent. She gets by. But she's had main roster seasoning. She knows what it's like to be on the main roster and how they're operating. So she's comfortable with the way they're operating now because what they're doing right now is the same thing that they're doing on WWE main roster television. This was basically a Monday Night Raw promo on Tuesday night. It doesn't sound natural. The way that they speak and the way that they say words, whatever they said tonight sounded like shit. I need these women to be a little bit more natural. I need these women to be a little bit more organic, and I need everything to just come off as if you're really speaking to another human being. It's almost as if they're not speaking to another human being. Who speaks like that to another human being? Mandy Rose and Raquel Gonzalez. I don't know what their plan is for Toxic Attraction, but it looks like they're trying to make Toxic Attraction into the undisputed era of the women's division. -1. We'll see what happens there. We got a graveyard vignette that aired with a distorted voice saying that I will bury the past so I can rise again. It was a Halloween Havoc teaser for 2 weeks. Now, I typically enjoy these teasers. Last time we got a tease on NXT was the return of Tegan Nox. But a lot of people were saying, oh, it's Elias. Oh, it's Elias. It's got to be Elias. I will bury the past so I can rise again, Elias. Right? I could absolutely see it being Elias. Do I want to see it be Elias? Not really. But I will say this. NXT seems to be working wonders for Mandy Rose. If WWE wants Elias to be something, anything in WWE, then Elias on NXT may be his only in to getting where he needs to be. Because he certainly isn't doing it on the main roster with his old gimmick or new gimmick or any gimmick. They killed him for the last 3.5 years, and he's absolutely nothing special at all. He could have been, but WWE ran the same old shtick with Elias every single week. Play guitar, get interrupted. Play guitar, get interrupted. Have a rock concert, get interrupted. Nobody gives a shit. And that sort of gimmick died when WWE had no fans anyway. WWE stands for! And then you got the fake crowd chanting, walk with Elias. Great. Great. And then when we get fans back in attendance, they run right back to the same shtick with Elias. If he is this vignette, then fine. It may work out for him, but I don't think it's Elias. Some people were saying that it's Ember Moon. Some people may think it's Dakota Kai. Where has Dakota Kai been? Is WWE even going to call up Dakota Kai after rumors of her main roster debut after working dark matches on Friday Night SmackDown? WWE actually posted a picture of a silhouette, and it doesn't look like a male superstar. It looks like a female superstar. Now, it could be Ember Moon. She definitely needs something different. Nobody knows what the fuck she is. Dakota Kai definitely needs something different. She's just very vanilla after losing to Raquel Gonzalez. Nowhere to go for Dakota Kai. It could be, and I'm going to throw this out there. Bayley has been quite active on social media. What if Bayley is the vignette and Bayley is the one who's saying that I will bury the past so I can rise again? Now, I don't think it's going to be Bayley, but Bayley has been teasing very cryptically on social media the last 48 hours. It could end up being Bayley. We don't know. But what would Bayley do in NXT? Why would WWE move somebody like that that's done the best work of her life in this last run that she had before she got hurt and move her back down to NXT? It doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I see Paige's name thrown around. I don't think Paige is the one either. Maybe it's Scarlett Bordeaux. Maybe we finally know where she ended up. I will bury the past so I can rise again. Definitely sounds like something Scarlett Bordeaux would say, and it would fit the Scarlett Bordeaux character that we've seen portrayed with Karrion Kross when they were an act together on NXT. We don't know. Maybe it's Alexa Bliss. Maybe it's Alexa Bliss. I will bury the past so that I can rise again. I don't know. We got a couple of options, man. We'll find out in 2 weeks. We'll find out in 2 weeks. Xyon Quinn versus Malik Blade. Quinn dominated here. Not really seeing a whole lot from Xyon Quinn. A lot of big man power moves, but that's exactly what they're going to be building him on. So Blade, he was in the grasp of Xyon Quinn. Xyon Quinn is Samoan, by the way, and you can see this guy is prototypically the type of guy Vince McMahon wants on his television show, and he's got that Samoan tattoo. So you know he's going places because he is Samoan. He's got a great look. He's got a great body type. WWE is going to be all over this guy, and you're going to be seeing a lot of Xyon Quinn. Plus, he looks pretty damn fucking cool. He does. I don't know about that theme music, though. Not really a big fan of that theme music. Not a big fan of any of these theme musics. But Xyon Quinn was working at Shinlock. Blade broke free, hit a missile dropkick, nicely done there. Roll up by Blade for two. Quinn caught Blade with a choke slam, and then in a very Roman Reigns-esque style, instead of a Superman punch or a spear delivered by Roman, he did a running forearm, which was good enough for the finish. Xyon Quinn defeats Malik Blade, And they're building him up as a up-and-coming star on the NXT 2.0 brand. He's undefeated on NXT 2.0. Mackenzie Mitchell, she spoke to Tommaso Ciampa, but the grizzled young veterans came in, started mocking his long trip back to the championship. Braun Breaker said he'd stand by Ciampa from now till Halloween Havoc because he wanted to beat Ciampa at his best. So let me guess, we're going to get yet another, can they coexist storyline before we get the two baby faces in the World Championship match in 2 weeks. We're going to get Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa teaming up against the grizzled young veterans next week. Can they coexist? Nobody gives a fuck if they can coexist, Bruce. Yes, we all know that you can coexist standing next to Vince McMahon's nutsack. Get off of it. Nobody gives a fuck about can they coexist storylines. Nobody. Mackenzie Mitchell then spoke to Swerve. He hysterically acted like the rest of his crew would be fine, and then all of a sudden he got serious. Said Escobar, if he wanted to rattle him, it worked, but he was taking his title, the North American title, to SmackDown. Yes, take the North American Championship to SmackDown and have him drop it to Roman Reigns. That I would have been okay with. But he was never taking that title to SmackDown. Somebody that I definitely want to see more of, man. Nile. Nile, a part of the Diamond Mine, had a 2-minute win over Valentina Feroz. Now, the 2 minutes, this is a debut, so I'm okay with this, and I have no idea who the fuck Valentina Feroz is, but Nile looks like she could snap any one of us in half, and I like that. She's tiny, she's a ball of fury, and she looks like she's ready to fucking just rip your larynx out of your throat. Love it. Absolutely love it. She was very impressive tonight. Very impressive tonight. She didn't look like she was lost in the ring. She had good footing. From what I can tell, she looked the part. She looked very ferocious and intense. She sold pretty decently. She didn't really have much offense done to her. She beat the shit out of Valentina Feroz in about 2 minutes. But I'd like to see more of her, man. I really would. I think this is going to be a good deal for Diamond Mine. So we got a quick waist lock here. And they were doing some chain wrestling on the mat. Or Nile was anyway. Feroz hit a really nice arm drag. Shotgun drop kick. Nile caught her with a delayed suplex that looked very impressive. Nile then whipped Feroz into the corner. That looked like it fucking sucked. And then it looked like Feroz either slipped or she was just really whipped into that corner violently by Nile. Nile slammed Feroz, picked her back up, and put her in a torture rack and did several squats with her on her shoulders. And it looks like she wanted to really kind of bend her in ways that the spine is not supposed to bend. And Valentina Feroz eventually tapped out. I like it. I like it. I don't like the 2 minutes that the women are getting in the ring, but here it was justified. This is the type of 2-minute women's match that you need. She beats Valentina Feroz, and she looked very, very good in her debut match. After the match was over, Malcolm Bivens hit the ring with the rest of Diamond Mine. Bivens says it was a message to the rest of the women's division, and the pit bull, Nile, has been unleashed. He said the Creed brothers didn't come to play either. He ended by introducing Roderick Strong as the Cruiserweight champion, and before he was able to say anything on his own, Ikemen Jiro came out, and he wanted to challenge Roderick Strong to a match for the Cruiserweight Championship, but clearly Diamond Mine was not going to let that happen. So we got Julius Creed, one half of the Creed brothers, stepping in to defend Roderick Strong. Ikemen Jiro, I don't get him. I don't get him. Why should I look at Ikemen Jiro and be excited about Ikemen Jiro on NXT. He wears funny-looking jackets. That's all I see when I look at Ikemen Jiro. Woo! He shows off his fucking chest. Ikemen Jiro. Why am I supposed to invest my time in a guy that opens his fucking jacket? Who is he? This guy is a fucking joke. But I'm not surprised. This is Bruce Pritchard of Vince McMahon's NXT. Ikemen Jiro versus Julius Creed. 3 minutes. What do you think happened? Julius Creed lost to this guy? Did he lose to him? No. No, who would lose to Ikemen Jiro and his funny-looking fucking jackets? Dropkick by Jiro. Jiro was quick, using his quickness, and he was getting some shots in. He followed with a big splash off the top. He did a handstand on the top rope and clipped his boots together and did a big splash from the handstand position. And then Creed bailed, and Jiro hit a springboard moonsault to the outside with his jacket on. I don't know how the fuck this guy wrestles in his goddamn jacket. He looks ridiculous. But I guess he looks better with the jacket on than he does with the jacket off. Back inside, Jiro got caught. Death Valley Driver. And that was it. Followed up by a lariat. 1, 2, 3. Ikemen Jiro loses to Julius Creed. And that was it. This was his gimmick in NXT. Or in Japan before he came to NXT. He was being a flamboyant pro wrestler. He was flamboyant and shit in Japan. Says August 3 in the chat. It's great. You can keep that flamboyance over in Japan. I don't want to see it on Tuesday night. We see enough of it on Monday. Nobody gives a fuck about Ikemen Jiro and his fucking closet full of silly jackets. Fuck your jacket. After the match, Kushida made the save. And Diamond Mine scattered like a bunch of rats. Kushida was held back from attacking Ivy Nile. He was going to punch Ivy Nile right in the face and realized there was a woman standing in front of him. And then Brutus Creed, clubbed him from behind. And the group stood over Kushida after a beatdown on not only him, but silly jacket little man, Ikemen Jiro. So I'm assuming we get the Creed brothers versus Kushida and Ikemen Jiro. They get their win in the tag team capacity. Then Kushida gets his match against Roderick Strong. And then he could go bye-bye. Maybe Kushida wins the title. Maybe Roddy leaves NXT, goes to AEW, reforms Undisputed Era with Bobby Fish. A man could dream. A man could dream. Raquel Gonzalez ran down the list of opponents she's taken out. And she made threats to Mandy Rose, saying that she's not going to win the NXT Women's Championship. And if you want the title so badly, you got to come and spin the wheel, make the deal. So the Halloween Havoc wheel is making its return to NXT in 2 weeks. Lashing Out with Lash Legend. Talking about things that I don't give a shit about. I don't even know why this is on the fucking show. Who genuinely watches this segment and enjoys Lash Legend? You know, I get that people are trying to think outside the box with their pro wrestling gimmicks and their pro wrestling personas. But if you take influence for your pro wrestling gimmick and you think that a talk show in the vein of Wendy Williams is a good way to go about building your character on NXT television, honey, let me tell you something. You could have the best looking lashes on the entire fucking brand. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. This is a main roster fucking disaster on Tuesday night. Lashing Out with Lash Legend. Whatever the fuck she does. Whatever the fuck she's doing. Her lash makeup. What, really? You know what would have saved your fucking show? You denied him access to the fucking show. My boy Tony D'Angelo should have been on the show. He would have popped a rating on Lashing Out. No, but you denied him. You denied him. If I'm Tony D'Angelo, I ain't sweating it, bro. Nobody wants to be on Lashing Out with Lash Legend. Is she going to wrestle? Is she supposed to wrestle on this show? That's what I want to know. Because from what I'm watching right now, if this is going to lead to her being in the ring, I'm already turned off. I'm disinterested. Now, if you put her in the ring and show me what she can do and then do this shit, then that's a different story. But WWE has a tendency to do things backwards. I'm already over it. I don't give a fuck about Lashing Out with Lash Legend. We see enough of this shit on the main roster. How many fucking talk shows do we need in WWE? We got Happy Talk. We got the KO show. We got Moist TV. When Edge wants to do the cutting edge, he'll bring that back. Next thing you know, fucking Bear Claw is going to have a goddamn TV show. Talk show. Bear Talk with Bearcat. They're great. Enough of the talk shows. How does this get anybody over? She talked about the WWE draft. She said next year they'd be called WWE Squid Games. The audience laughed like they found this to be funny. I'm rolling my eyes like the fucking Undertaker on my couch. She put over Jiro. Jiro. She sang their song. Not better than me, though. Sang their song. She also called back to Tony D'Angelo showing up last week and asking to be on Lashing Out. And she had 3 words for Tony D'Angelo. Forget about it, she said, in the most hideous New York attempts at an accent ever. Lashing Out. Kyle O'Reilly. Von Wagner. My boy Von Wagner is in the NXT arena. Comes out. I don't know what the fuck he was wearing tonight, though, man. Did you guys see what Von Wagner was wearing? I thought at first he was wearing fucking see-through pants, Von Wagner. I thought he legitimately wanted to put his lotion all over himself tonight. But Von Wagner teaming up with Kyle O'Reilly. They went up against Pete Dunne and Rich Holland. I wonder who was going to win this thing. Being that Rich Holland got drafted to SmackDown way too soon, by the way. WWE has had a tendency of doing things too quick with NXT call-ups and NXT decisions. Let me tell you something, man, about this Von Wagner. Von Wagner, he may look a little odd. He may look a little weird. He may look a little bizarre. He may look like the bastard child of Great Khali and Adam Copeland. But don't get it twisted. Von Wagner, in name, is fucking ridiculous. But Von Wagner, I could absolutely see if we give this guy at least 12 months. I want to revisit Von Wagner this time next year. Next October. I think Von Wagner is going to be a winner, guys. I think Von Wagner is going to be a winner. And the Von Wagner World Order is going to be in full effect. I really do. This guy looked very impressive tonight. Very impressive tonight. So Von Wagner and Pete Dunne. I was going to say Kevin Dunn. Von Wagner? You know, he's a handsome-looking fellow, that Von Wagner. You know. Pete Dunne and Von Wagner opened the show, or opened this match. And Dunn jumped into a guillotine, and he worked over Von Wagner's joint manipulation. Slammed him, splashed him. Dunn worked over Von Wagner's arm. Wagner was thrown back into his corner, where O'Reilly tagged himself in. Ridge Holland then tagged in. So we got some Kyle O'Reilly and Ridge Holland action here. And Holland tagged in, dropped the knee on the back of Kyle's head. Kyle worked the arm briefly. Holland hit him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Pete Dunn tagged back in. He worked over some submissions. And then, of course, we got a corner graphic like I mentioned. I must have missed this because I was switching back between the Braves game and Von Wagner because Will Smith came in the top of the ninth inning, and you never know what a fucking one-run lead with Will Smith, what he's going to do, the Braves closer. So I must have missed this, but a corner graphic promoted the grizzled young veterans versus Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa next week. Can they coexist before their championship opportunity? Great. So Holland and Pete Dunne were working back and forth, quick tags, taking care of O'Reilly. Holland hit a European uppercut to lay Kyle out. Went for a quick cover, only got a 2 count. Holland worked over Kyle O'Reilly with a chin lock. Pete Dunne tagged himself in. Dunn hung himself up with Von Wagner, and Kyle hit a dragon screw, then tripped Dunn. So the two started to exchange forearms. They collapsed in their own corners. Wagner is tagged in. He took control. 2 shoulder blocks. Wagner took Holland down. Von Wagner then took Holland and dumped him over the top rope, followed by a charge into Holland into the steel steps. Holland then controlled Kyle O'Reilly again with the chin lock. So we're back with Kyle O'Reilly taking the offense here. Kyle tried for a guillotine. Dunn made the blind tag, and the 2 double team. Dunn covered, and Wagner made the save. Von Wagner got tossed to the floor, and Kyle couldn't make the tag. Dunn stomped Kyle's fingers. Kyle worked an ankle lock. Dunn was able to tag, and Holland dumped Kyle. Dunn tried to set up the ring steps for Holland, but Wagner charged around the corner with a shoulder block. Back inside, Kyle made the tag. He hit a jumping knee. Backdrop by Wagner. Big boot. Pete Dunne then got dumped, and Kyle hit him with a running knee. Wagner hit his pump handle slam for the 1-2-3, and that was it. He gets the pinfall on Ridge Holland as Ridge Holland is going to Friday night. Goodbye. Nice to know you. Pete Dunne is now all by himself because Ridge Holland is gone. Oney Lorcan went from being a tag team with Danny Burch, teaming with Pete Dunne, and now Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch are nothing but fucking jobbers on 205 Live. Goodbye. So Pete Dunne is all by himself. He doesn't have any more of his buddies anymore on Tuesday night. So, Kyle O'Reilly, the sad thing about Kyle O'Reilly is he's in this position to help get Von Wagner over. Great. But the sad thing about Kyle O'Reilly is, while Bobby Fish has left Purgatory, he is now All Elite, and he's waiting for Kyle and Roderick Strong to end up over there as well. But the sad thing about Kyle O'Reilly is you can tell he's already hit his ceiling in NXT. He is going absolutely no further than where you see him now. Nowhere. And that sucks. That is quite sad because Adam Cole did a hell of a lot to do what he did for Kyle O'Reilly, and they're doing absolutely nothing with all of the work that Adam Cole put in to get this guy over the hump and to the next level. He's hit his ceiling. He's going nowhere else than where he is right now, teaming with Von Wagner. Andre Chase and Chase U. He lost his mind. He went into a video from last week showing his classroom full of students what was going on last week with LA Knight and Odyssey Jones. It was about ring awareness this week. Odyssey Jones is not somebody that has veteran presence and veteran knowledge. Instead of putting his foot on the rope, letting the referee see his foot, breaking up the count, he put his foot underneath the rope, which then gave Andre Chase the opportunity to shove his foot back in the ring, and the referee didn't see a thing. So somebody in the classroom, this would be absolutely what I would do. This would be me. The guy that got kicked out of Andre Chase's classroom is totally JD. Raises his hand and says, Mr. Chase, shouldn't that be constituted as a disqualification, being that you interfered in the match? And then Andre Chase drops a bunch of F-bombs, tells him to get out of the ring or out of the classroom and go down to the cafeteria and say to so-and-so, go fuck yourself. Bunch of F-bombs, kick the kid out of class. And that was it. Andre Chase has better promos than he does in-ring work for NXT. I like the gimmick. I just don't like the fucking fact that they got him going in the ring wrestling with the goddamn university sweater on. Nobody's going to take him seriously. Grayson Waller versus Duke Hudson. Grayson Waller's Australian. Duke Hudson is Australian. Two Aussies. Australia, mate. In the ring. Grayson Waller's a boxer. Duke Hudson's a poker player. I'm going to take the poker player all day long. So Duke Hudson wins in about 2 minutes. Waller hung up Hudson on the rope, hit a stunner. Hudson caught Waller with a roll-up and hooked the tights for a cheap, dirty victory. I guess he went all in. He didn't like the card that came out on the river. And he decided to cheat with an ace up his sleeve. Duke Hudson wins. Don't know really what this accomplishes and who gets over in 2-minute matches, but this is Tuesday Night Raw. What do you expect? I want to see more. I think Grayson Waller's got a great look. I think he's got very good in-ring skill. I want to see more of Duke Hudson. I want to see more of this gimmick and how it progresses and how it grows. I like the poker gimmick. I'm a big poker guy myself. But 2-minute matches is not where it's at, man. It's like I'm watching Monday Night Raw. If I want to see this shit, I'll watch Monday Night Raw. Why do we got to fit too much shit? Why do we got to fit so much shit into the fucking show that it gets lost in translation? Nobody is going to remember this by the time next week comes. You should be building stars and making names and building their name off of in-ring work and having their character grow. Nobody's going to remember a 2-minute fucking match with Grayson Waller and Duke Hudson. Sarray and Amari Miller versus Indi Hartwell and Persia Pirotta. No idea who this is. Don't know why I would care, because she's paired with Indi Hartwell, right? I'm supposed to care? I don't know who she is. She didn't look bad, but I'd like some backstory on who she is. Indi Hartwell and Persia Pirotta win. Boy, did Sarray fall off the fucking map, huh? Another big signing by William Regal and Triple H, only to be fucking destroyed by Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon. I didn't realize Asuka was on NXT. It's exactly what he's thinking. Isn't she on Raw? Didn't we bury her to Charlotte Flair? Sarray, goodbye. Nice to know you. 2 minutes. Miller worked an armbar, jumped on Hartwell's back. Hartwell threw her off, tagged in Pirotta, who threw some clotheslines. Pirotta and Hartwell teamed up. Double team. Hartwell did a springboard, flying elbow drop off the top rope. That was enough for the victory. 1, 2, 3. Looks like we are forcing women's tag teams together because WWE realized that they have no women's tag teams outside of Toxic Attraction, and Io Shirai and Zoe Stark are about to break up when they lose those championships. They will not be together after Halloween Havoc. Pirotta took the microphone and pitched the idea that they want the women's tag team titles. Man, it's great. You know, a lot of these women and men on WWE television are so ambitious, man. You won one fucking match, and this was your first night in the ring on NXT TV, and you're asking for a women's tag team title match? How does this resonate with anybody? This is legitimately your first match on NXT television, and you have the fucking balls to ask for an NXT women's tag team title match? I don't know what that says about the women's tag team titles, but in my honest opinion, it doesn't mean that they're fucking valuable. Can we get people to work towards championship matches instead of just giving fucking shit away? The word championship shouldn't even be in your fucking vocabulary. You just got here. Persia Pirotta. I'd love to know what the fuck you are first before you ask for championship opportunities. Tag team titles. Hartwell thought it over, and Io Shirai's music came out, or played, and she came out. Io and Zoe came to the ring. Io doesn't like anybody. My type of woman. My type of woman, Io. She doesn't like anybody. I don't like you, I don't like you, and I don't like you, she says. I hope this is the same mentality she has when she looks at the fucking creative writers backstage. Bruce Pritchard, Vince McMahon, and John Laurinaitis. People power. Yo. People power. I don't like you. I don't like you. And I certainly don't like you. Go back to Total Divas, you fucking half-witted pussy. Toxic Attraction came out. Chasey Jane and Gigi Dolan came out, and there was a big brawl. I'm not sure if they will announce a triple threat match next time these women are in the ring for the tag team title. I have no fucking idea. I thought we were getting Toxic Attraction versus Io and Zoe. I don't know why Indi and Persia Pirotta are getting a tag team title opportunity. Go play WWE 2K. You can fictionally create yourself in the community creations and get yourself a tag team title opportunity through those means. On real life television? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Grayson Waller was backstage, and what's her name? Cora Jade walked by. She gave him a nasty look. Cameron Grimes wanted to know exactly what it is his secret is. Because after Cora Jade left, he went to go talk to a very attractive female wearing a blue skirt, blue dress, and it looked like she would hit him up after the shower. And Cameron Grimes wanted to know exactly how he managed to do what he did there with the fine young lady. Now, Grayson Waller said, listen, I didn't even do anything much. It's just my accent. So Grimes was upset about his loss to Pete Dunne last week, and Waller said it wasn't about wins and losses. It's about likes and swipes. He said, listen, you got to groom yourself, trim that beard, shave that chest hair, and let's get on the dating sites. He showed him his phone, and he showed him Tinder or one of these dating apps, and he's swiping, and Cameron Grimes is becoming enamored with all of the attractive females, the bots that usually reside on these websites. You know, half of the people on those fucking apps aren't even real people. You're probably getting catfished, more than likely. But he's swiping away, redhead, oh my God, she's attractive. Blonde, oh my God, she's hot. So now Cameron Grimes, instead of being a playboy, country boy, millionaire, now he wants to be the next Hugh Hefner. Nobody knows what they need this guy to do. Meanwhile, you called up Shit-Row instead of Cameron Grimes. You called up Shit-Row instead of LA Knight. Meanwhile, Cameron Grimes and LA Knight were both more than ready for the main roster. You could have easily paired Cameron Grimes with Happy Corbin. That would have been a nice pairing. It actually might have been something that made Happy Corbin a little bit more digestible. No, but I don't know anything. I mean, I only reside in my mother's basement talking about WWE television. You kidding me? This guy is now about likes and swipes on Tinder. Great job there, Bruce. Great job there. How many dates have you been denied for on Tinder, Bruce? So now we got to play out your real life fucking failures with Cameron Grimes? Great. I can't wait to see how well this goes. Solo Sikoa is coming soon. He fought on the streets growing up. That's all we know about him. I have no fucking idea who this is. Solo Sikoa. Is this the cousin of the Usos? I'm not really sure. I didn't get a good look at him. I was watching Will Smith save the Braves game and bring the Braves to the NLCS. You have to pardon me. Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Santos Escobar for the North American Championship. This was your main events of the show. Decent match. Swerve is great. Swerve is better than great. I've been a big Swerve guy even in the days of Lucha Underground. I love this guy. I don't think he should have been North American champion. I don't think Santos Escobar should have got shafted. I don't think Carmelo Hayes is quite ready for the big time yet. But here we are. So, they showed something in the beginning of the show where Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma jumped Hit Row, and Escobar was on the tirade, beat up Swerve. All of Hit Row got taken out. And Isaiah Swerve Scott was upset about this. He came out by himself. No Hit Row at all by ringside, which is a nice look, I think. In moments like this, I think we need to see how good Swerve is on his own. So, Escobar took it to Swerve early. Scott went after him after he went to the outside, and he flopped over the top ropes with a dive. Scott worked over Escobar, and Scott looked to be in complete control here early on. Escobar eventually countered Scott. Escobar then flew through the ropes with a tope. We go to a picture-in-picture commercial break. So, Escobar was working over Scott, and a comeback by Scott led to him, I guess, building up a babyface comeback. They're both heels, I'm assuming, right? Who's the babyface here? Which one of these guys is the babyface? Is Santos the babyface? Or is Swerve the babyface? I can't tell. I don't really resonate with Hit Row as babyfaces. I think they're more of a in-between act. I won't call them necessarily babyfaces or heels. But Santos Escobar is definitely a heel. He's played heel all of his run in NXT. So who are we supposed to cheer for here? So we got Scott coming back. Escobar with a counter, cut Scott off. Frog splash by Escobar for a near fall. They fought on the apron. Escobar was given a Death Valley driver on the ring apron. Scott followed with a beautiful 450 splash. Escobar gets his knees up to block the 450. Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde run in. They jump on the apron to cause a distraction. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams run down to pull Legado del Fantasma off the apron. Carmelo and Trick Williams beat up Mendoza and Wilde. Meanwhile, Escobar hits an exposed turnbuckle, and Scott delivers the JML driver, which looked fucking nasty. And Scott got the pin on Escobar. 1, 2, 3. Hayes, after the match, lifted the hand of Scott. Scott looked over at him like, the fuck are you? Please get away from me. And it was all a trap. Hayes nailed Scott with a short arm clothesline, cashed in his breakout contract that WWE failed to tell us would operate like a Money in the Bank contract. Carmelo Hayes defeated Isaiah Swerve Scott. They pulled a swerve on us. Ha ha ha. To win the North American Championship, Hayes quickly springboarded into a flying clothesline. Scott kicked out at 2. Hayes then took it to Scott with a scissor kick. Hayes climbed the turnbuckles, leapt off the top rope with a guillotine leg drop, and covered Isaiah Scott for the 1, 2, 3. Carmelo Hayes is your new NXT North American champion. And that's it. Not a good episode of NXT tonight, guys. Not a good episode of NXT. I really hope that when they do Halloween Havoc, they don't load the show up with bullshit. This show is not outside of the Ciampa, and this is the formula. You see the formula that they're doing. Outside of the open and the close, everything in the middle of this is 2 to 3 minute matches. You cannot get invested in a talent when they're in the ring for 90 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Can't do it. Can't do it. They're trying to stuff so much into the show, and everything feels irrelevant and unimportant. Nobody will remember anything that happened on this show after tonight. Nobody. But that's the formula that WWE's going for. And you know what? It's not working. Because NXT is right now plummeting in the ratings. And I'm sure tonight's ratings are going to be lower than last week because of the Giants and Dodgers game. And with the Braves and Brewers playing tonight, bleeding into the NXT show. And USA Network is not very happy with the NXT approach right now. They're not happy with the ratings. They're not happy that the ratings keep getting lower and lower and lower. But nobody was watching NXT before all of the sports happening this month anyway. So how much is a Major League Baseball playoff game? How much is a football game? How much is a basketball game or a hockey game really affecting NXT? It's not. Nobody's watching NXT to begin with. Tonight's show sucked. And I do not agree with Carmelo Hayes winning the North American Championship. He's too young. He's still got a lot of work to do. And you should be giving that championship to somebody that we know is going to be there and do that belt justice. After you fucking took it from Bronson Reed to put it on Swerve, to ultimately have it die and him not defend it. Then to call up Shit Row to the main roster. Yeah, let's put it on Carmelo Hayes, who hasn't done anything on NXT TV to even deserve a championship run at all. Oh, but he's got this fucking contract. Give me a break. That is your NXT post show, guys. Tonight was sponsored by Honey. JoinHoney.com/offthescript. We all shop online. And we've seen that promo code in the checkout portion of your online shopping ventures. That promo code field taunt us at checkout like a scary movie, man. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online, and they range from sites that have tech, gaming products, to popular fashion brands, and food delivery. Imagine you're shopping online at one of your favorite sites. When you go to checkout, the Honey button drops down, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. Wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons it finds for that site. And if Honey finds a working coupon, you'll watch the prices drop. I recently just bought a new gaming monitor. And I shopped online for my gaming monitor. I don't really like going to the stores anymore. Why go to the stores when I can sit in the comfort of my own home and just shop online and have it delivered the next day? But I bought a new curved gaming monitor, 28-inch, for my new monster PC that I just got last month. Love it. I saved about 20% on the gaming PC monitor. Love it. And I could not do that without Honey. Could not do it without Honey. If you don't already have Honey, you guys could be straight up missing out on free savings. It's literally free and installs in seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this very podcast. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/offthescript. Joinhoney.com/offthescript. And I want to thank them for once again supporting the podcast right here on Off the Scripts. Great friend of the show. Start saving some money and start using Honey. Speaking of money, we're going to go over the super chats right now. If you guys want to get your super chats in, get them on in, man. We're going to hang out. I got my cold beverage. My cold beverage is ready to go. You guys can get them on in, man. It's last call at the bar. About to get out of here in a little bit. Martin Smith. He becomes a new member in the venue. Thank you, Martin Smith. What are you drinking, brother? What are you drinking tonight? Drizzy Drew with a $4.99 super chat. AEW has a buy-in for Rampage. You think TK is overreacting by putting Suzuki and Bryan and Bobby Fish versus Lee Moriarty, or is it justifiable? TK has been going crazy. Drizzy Drew, I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. I do think it's a little outlandish. I don't know why he's going so all in to beat SmackDown on Friday night. You know, Tony Khan wants to do what he does and say what he wants to say in regards to WWE, and he just came out and said Monday Night Raw fucking sucks, which I absolutely found hilarious. And he said, we're going to put on the better show this week. Just watch. If you guys watched Monday Night Raw and saw any indication of what they did going into their Saudi Arabia show, Monday Night Raw sucked, he said. But I do think it's a little overwhelming, man. It's a little outlandish. It's too much. It's unnecessary. I do not think he needs to do what he's doing, but he's doing it for the fans. Tony Khan is a promoter. He is a fan himself. He's giving us something that we didn't think was going to happen this soon, especially in the United States. Minoru Suzuki and Bryan Danielson. He wants to beat SmackDown. He knows this is his only opportunity to beat SmackDown because they're on FS1, and I don't think it really is going to happen. I don't think Tony Khan and AEW are going to beat SmackDown on Friday night even if they are on FS1. WWE is going to be promoting Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, so I don't think Tony Khan is going to beat Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns with a fucking Minoru Suzuki and a Lee Moriarty. I don't see that happen. I don't think it's necessary. I do wish that he would just concentrate on his shows, do what he has to do, and don't worry about WWE no matter what fucking channel they're on. Jamal Barnes with a $5 super chat. Raw ratings are down. You cannot blame that one on my Baltimore Ravens. WWE just sucks nowadays. Looking forward to tomorrow night with AEW. Bro, listen. I am not giving Monday Night Raw any leeway for excuses. You have to understand that Monday Night Raw is a god-awful program on a weekly basis. I think we all know that. But Monday Night Raw did a 1-8 last week. They did a 1-5 this week. Monday Night Football and the MLB postseason took a chunk out of WWE Raw. Nothing happened on that show that was important at all. If you guys watch my post show, everything is very, very predictable for Crown Jewel. Nobody's going to watch predictable fucking storylines where they know the winners and losers before we get to the major pay-per-view next week, when you could watch the Giants, Dodgers, or the Baltimore Ravens on Monday night. Come on. WWE sucks. We know that. But what I want to know is all the people that claimed Rampage is dying and the ratings are down for Rampage, where are they? Are these the same people making excuses for Raw? That's what I want, or not making excuses for Raw. Because Rampage is down for the same reasons Monday Night Raw is down. So if one is down, the other is down for the same reason. But you won't hear that from the WWE shills. They'll claim Rampage is down for that reason, but they won't claim Monday Night Raw is down for that reason. Bradley Robinette with a $1.99 super chat. Congrats to your Braves moving on, man. NLCS bound. Bro, Freddie Freeman, bro. Freddie Freeman. Your NL MVP. Awesome. JT Golden, $1.99 super chat. Braves won because of Von Wagner. The VWO is running wild. I don't know, man. I had a dilemma tonight. Do I watch the Braves in the 8th inning, 9th inning, or do I watch Von Wagner? Jerry Winters with a $9.99 super chat. Congratulations to you and your Braves. Good luck the rest of the way. OTS fam, Demonites, and Von Wagner order for life. Thank you, Jerry Winters. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to all the Demonites as well. Do we have any Demonites in the chat tonight? Demonites, if you guys don't know, is what Issa, the NYC Demon Diva, calls her fan base. Demonites. Like Canaanites. Philip Newton with a $4.99 super chat. So much for King Ricochet. Yeah. Goodbye, King Ricochet. You know what I'd love to see? Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Ricochet in WWE. Will we ever get that? What was it, Deadshot? Isaiah Swerve Scott played in Lucha Underground. Deadshot versus Prince Puma. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. I'm just not a fan of Toxic Attraction or Hit Row. Thumbs down. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. The Undertaker with a $5 super chat. Tony D'Angelo is fixing to go to the mattress with Von Wagner. Bro, Tony D'Angelo took Lash Legend's producer and locked him in the trunk of his beautiful automobile tonight. He was about to let that fucking producer swim with the fishes tonight. He was like, yeah, kill shot. Dead shot. I said dead shot, kill shot. Yeah. Kill shot. It's been a while, man. Tony D'Angelo was like, oh yeah, that producer over there for Lash Legend. Lashing Out. Oh, what was his name? Hey, he's a good guy. He walks away, and then you hear somebody screaming in the back of a fucking car trunk. King Mo with a 199 Super Chat. Appreciate the laugh. This show was hilarious. I knew you'd sing Hit Row with the Skid Row sound. Majin Styles with a $5 Super Chat. That Solo guy, a.k.a. the third Uso brother, is definitely getting fast-tracked to the main roster. Bro, they don't know what the fuck they're doing over here. Does he even know what to do? Has he trained yet? He's coming soon to NXT 2.0. And then Majin Styles becomes a member for 4 months. Thank you, brother. Questing Beast with a $5 Super Chat. Great job tonight, JD. NXT needs a new writer. Oh yeah, Tony D'Angelo knows a guy. Tony D'Angelo knows a bunch of guys, man. Hollywood guy with a $5 Super Chat. Who do you want the secret woman vignette to be? To be honest with you, Hollywood guy, I don't give a single solitary fuck. I don't. Yo, Issa is in the chat. The queen of the Demonites is here. She heard me. She heard me. I don't care who the vignette is. I don't give a shit. I didn't give a shit about anything on this show, man. I was watching the Brave game. Furious Nation with a $5 Super Chat. What's up, JD? Like I said a few weeks ago, NXT doesn't belong on the USA Network and doesn't need to be 2 hours. It needs to go back to the WWE Network. Yes, I agree. And it needs to be 1 hour. There's no reason why the show needs to be 2 hours. Sean with a $5 Super Chat. Would you go to Atlanta for the World Series if your Braves make it? Or maybe the parade if they were going to win it? No and no. I will not be going to Atlanta for the World Series. If they make it there. If they make it there. Which right now I think I would rather play the Giants than the Dodgers. Or maybe I want the Dodgers. I don't know. Who do you guys think would stand a better chance in this series, man? Would it be a better chance for the Braves to beat the Giants or the Dodgers? Because I don't want the same shit to happen again this year like it did last year, man. The Dodgers, they broke the Braves' heart last year, man. That pitching staff scares the shit out of me, man. Ike Okoronko with a $2 Super Chat. Shiro. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. And Furious Nation with a $5 Super Chat. Also, Raw last night was one of the worst Raws in my opinion. Plus, last night's Raw was on a holiday, aka Columbus Day. Congrats to the Atlanta Braves. By the way, we need the Giants to win then. What's going on? San Francisco's closers is crazy good. What are the Giants doing? Dodgers are winning 5-1 in the 7th inning. We'll go into a Game 5 on Thursday. More than likely. And Furious Ninja with a $5 Super Chat. For AEW Dynamite this Saturday, who do you think challenges the Lucha Brothers for the AEW Tag Team titles? Furious. Anybody that is chosen by Andrade is good in my book, bro. That's all I got. There's no more Super Chats, man. There's no more Super Chats, bro. So what this means is I'm about to get out of here and jump on some Destiny because I got some Festival of the Lost to try and get by. Got a new pulse rifle and a new dino outfit I need to dress my hunter in. But I appreciate you guys joining me on the podcast tonight. Shit-row. Shit-row. Yeah, man. Carmelo Hayes is the new NXT North American champion. Not the decision I would have made, but the fuck do I know? I've only watched NXT for about 10 years. Shayla becomes a member for 9 months. Shayla, thank you so much. What are you drinking? Shayla says, great show, JD. Much love. Hulagram, you're 1323. Bro, you got to get on my level, man. I'm 1347. I'm a no-lifer, bro. Guys, I will be back tomorrow with probably an extra. There was an extra today. If you guys missed the extra today, go and watch the extra. It's right on the homepage. Go and check it out. We got some really cool stories over there, man. Bryan Danielson retiring 4 years ago in WWE, 5 years ago in WWE. Why did he retire? Finally opening up that Pandora's box. Big E versus Seth Rollins planned after Survivor Series. Nick Gage potentially back on AEW television. And AJ Styles and Omos. Why didn't they split them up in the draft? Cesaro's Beach Ball. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I'll see you guys back on the extra tomorrow. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. We just hit 128,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys very much for the support. If you guys have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications. Hit that thumbs up. Follow me on social media. Go get your t-shirts. Bonfire.com. Go check out Honey. You guys better download the free web browser, man. Download Honey, seriously. Join honey.com/offthescripts. And continue to hit that join button, man. Continue to become VIPs right here on the podcast. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. I need 2 things from everybody in the chat right now. Number 1, I need those guitar emojis in the chat. And number 2, if you got them. Number 2, if you got them. I need those Mustangs. And I need that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for extra. And I'll see you guys back on YouTube Thursday as well with more content on the channel. Some good stuff coming up in the days to come. I will not be here this weekend. So I'm going to give you as much content as I can during the week. Until then, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. And go San Francisco Giants, man. Braves are in the NLCS, and I can't wait.